This video is all about iCloud or Apple account. And more specifically, it's about setting up the recovery contact as well as your legacy contacts for your iCloud / your Apple account. Now remember, your Apple account is associated with your iPhone, it's associated with your MacBook Pro, MacBook Air, it's associated with your iMac, it's associated with your iPad, it's associated with your Apple TV, it's associated with your watch, any device or subscription that you have tied to Apple, it's all tied together with your iCloud account. Now, I'm logged into my iCloud account on this computer. I want to show you how to set up a recovery contact, which is useful in the event that you or the senior in or someone in your family is struggling to log back into their account. They can get help through the recovery contact. So I'm going to show you how to set that up. I'm also going to show you how to set up a legacy contact for your iCloud account. The legacy contact is used in the event of your death. They can use the key that they get, a digital key that's printed on a piece of paper that you need to make available to them, as well as your birthday and or your death certificate, and they can go to Apple and get access to your iCloud / Apple account and get to your devices. So recovery contact and legacy contact is what I'm talking about. So let me start with the very first thing that you need to do if you're going to set this up on a tablet or on a desktop. You need to have those recovery contacts in your iCloud contacts. So on this computer, if I scroll down here, here's my contacts right there. If I click on contacts, double click, you'll see that I have a bunch of different accounts or contacts set up in here. And these are set up specifically for the intention of using them in this model of my recovery contacts or my legacy contact. That's the only reason I have them there, because all my other contacts are in Google Contacts, which I have access to on my iPhone. And if I was doing this task on the iPhone, interestingly enough, it can get to my Google Contacts on my iPhone. Just can't do it on the computer. So anyway, step one is for you to put the legacy contact and or the recovery contact into the contacts on iCloud for this person in regards to this computer. Now here's the next step. The next step is to go click on the Apple up top, click on System Settings. In System Settings, now what you want to do is you want to see where it says Teddy Burris. You want to click on that, and that's going to bring you into your Apple account. Now, once you're viewing your Apple account, go over here to Sign In and Security. Click on that. In Sign In and Security, there it is right here. Recovery methods, recovery contacts, as well as legacy contacts. Now, interesting enough, it says I have 3 recovery contacts, but I only have 2. Let's talk about recovery contacts first. By the way, a point of interest, you cannot do this step for recovery contacts on a brand new computer. There's some pause or time delay that you can then, you have to wait in order to do a recovery contact on that computer. I don't know what the timing is, but I just know you can't do it on a new computer. You can do it on your iPhone, and you can do it on your iPad or another Apple computer. In recovery contacts, you click on that, and there's 2 that I've already had set up. To add a third one or another one, I do add recovery. So now I can click on add recovery contact. Now, when you go to add a recovery contact, I got to verify who I am again. This is really important. You can only choose a recovery contact someone who is using an Apple device. The person you choose must be 13 and have an Apple device. So they have to have, an iPad, a MacBook Pro, or an iPhone. You cannot add anyone who does not have an iPad, iPhone, or MacBook. So when I go to choose someone, again, it's going to look in my contacts that are in my iCloud, and I've got to choose, I don't know why Apple's in there, but I got to choose somebody who has what's called iMessage. And so if I choose Teddy Burris, I choose his Gmail, that's me. I can't choose that. I could choose Rebecca because she has an iPhone, and then I can add her. And when I do that, you're going to see this come up. You're going to see her name as a recovery contact. That's step one, recovery contact. Again, critical to know it needs to be someone who has an Apple device / has iMessaging. Now I hit done on that. Now in order to add a legacy contact, click on legacy contact. Now you can see I have 3 people here. So this person, I do not believe this person needs to have an iMessage or an Apple device. So I can go right here, add another person. When I go to add another person, again, I got to verify who I am. It's going to add a person. It's going to look in my contacts, only in my iCloud contacts, and I can choose one of these names and add one of these people as a legacy contact. Now, when I do that, let me show you what happens when I do that. Let me change this for a minute. Let me add Lee Burris's phone number, and I'm going to hit next. Now, as your legacy contact, Lee will be able to access the data stored in my account. Now, this is really important. That person needs to get, if I hit continue, they're going to need to have this key, this access key. Now, the way the system works is you print the access key. I don't get that, but you print it. And what the model that Apple wants you to use is you should put that printed document, that access key, in your estate planning document or in your safe or wherever you keep all that information, so that when the time is right upon your passing, those that you have set up as your legacy contact will get that information with your estate planning document. Another way that you could do it is you could take that document and you could scan it in and email it to the person. You can mail it to them. You can put it in an envelope for them, whatever. But they have to have that access key. This is vital. And they also need to know, I hit continue. It's going to want to print it. See how I print it as a PDF. Print as a PDF. I'm going to hit save. Put that on my desktop. Now, something else that they need to know, that in order for the legacy contact to be able to get into your account with the access key, they also need to know your birthday to verify who you are. And there could be an opportunity where they need to have your death certificate. I've seen that in the help documents as well. This is legacy key. This is the model behind using the Apple legacy contact information, is really for those who don't have access to all of your passwords today. And so it's an added level of security for your loved ones to be able to get into your account upon your passing, because there could very well be a lot of information in your Apple account on your Apple devices that they need to have access to in order to execute your last will and testament, to be able to close down your bank accounts, etc., etc., etc. So I recommend you set up the legacy contact. I recommend you set up a recovery contact on your Apple account, not only for yourself, but for your loved ones, so that you can help them upon their passing. I hit done, and I've completed that task. I'm Teddy. I'm all about helping you get the greatest value you can from your technology, help you overcome the risks and fears of technology. Understanding recovery contact, understanding legacy contact on your Apple account can help you make sure that you can do what you need to have done for yourself and for your loved ones when they pass away.